My Gavan and Melonine, and well met indeed. I'm Arachir Galadirth, and head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to the same as we continue on as Ered Luin. I did miss a video over the weekend, I realise now, so that solves the question of what should we do about Dol Amroth? Let's just not record anything. Problem solved. That wasn't the intention, I just missed a video. Apologies for that. But we're back with Ered Luin. We've got another couple of episodes of Ered Luin. And we are trying to whittle down the Angmarim forces so that we can press in on Khan Dum. But you join me now as we actually start to make tracks and make ground. As I mentioned in last episode, or maybe the one before, we are going to end this campaign once we have taken this town here, Mount Gram. We're going to go to Mount Gram. Hopefully Angmar will die by the time we take that, and it'll all tie itself up in a nice little bow. But the reason we need Mount Gram is A, we want to show the Balerian Donegal off in battle, and B, we want to actually show off Mount Gram in battle, because it's also new. I think actually it may be already in the game in 4.5, which is what you're all playing, but I can't quite remember. You will have to also just bear with me for this episode, because I'm going to ramble and moan a lot about my mouse and my keyboard, because I recently changed them, and I went back to Logitech, because Roccat didn't allow me to have a profile for the macro keys per game, which was very annoying. So I finally caved and went back to Logitech, who I have long used, and I know do allow a profile for the keyboard and the mouse for the macro keys for every game, and then some. You can have multiple profiles per game. But it just gives so much more freedom. But the moral of the story is that I've only had this mouse and keyboard now for a day, and I've set all the macros up, but I'm almost certainly going to forget them. So I'll be moaning to myself as we go through. I think we're at an N10, so we can do that. And to tell you what, actually, in setting up the keys, because I've been playing Warhammer over the weekend as well. I was playing as Réponse, and reminding myself why I hate playing as cavalry nations. But every other Total War game allows you to map a button, a hotkey, for the end turn. But Medieval 2, for whatever reason, does not allow that. It's very annoying. But with that little glitch aside, everything else has gone rather swimmingly. Also, I do have plans. Oh, Dol Amroth are going to die. The men and women of Dol Amroth have downed their everyday tools and taken up arms in a last-ditch attempt to save their beloved city. Potters, bakers, smiths, weavers, all, who would otherwise be peasants in the eyes of many, today stand as warriors. The lords and nobles of the courts of Dol Amroth will fight alongside the labourers and farmers to ensure the survival of all they hold dear. Whoever would seek to crush the ship and swan will have one final force of arms to subdue, before total annihilation of the Amrothians can be assured. And Gondor's leader has died, and Fornost is under attack. It's a bad day. No way. It's a terrible day. Gondor has died. We've got to toggle fog all that, haven't we? The other thing, of course, is that this is the first ever mechanical keyboard I've ever owned. So the clicking sound may be unbearable, and that is something I'm afraid you'll have to live with, because there's no alternative. I did try to get the quietest version of the keys, and as I understand it, you can buy some little plastic sound dampening things that you can put under the keys. But I thought, first of all, I'd just give it a go, see how it is. But indeed, Gondor has died. Welcome back. Depending on how well I cut that, the game just crashed. I shouldn't really say that, should I? Because if I cut that seamlessly, you never would have known. But I think it was the bug whereby it doesn't like me panning the camera around this area, so I'm just going to ignore it. Now, we have hopefully fixed that problem in future versions, but in this version it remains a problem. But suffice it to say, the Gondor has died, and the southern area of the world really has turned to evil. Now, of course, we're sort of technically... would the D&D term be chaotic neutral, in that we don't fight for the good or the bad? I mean, in fact, we fight against both. I'm not really sure. I'm not familiar with that chart that you see all over the place. But anyway, Gondor's dead. Now our army can now focus and move on. Are we going to wait and combine, or should we just press on? I think we should just press on. Let's go for it. So you're going to head off that way. Tharlin is heading back to retrain. I think Garth Heligoth can train those types of pikes. Yeah, just go back there. Fantastic. Captain Daldin, you make your way to Darin, and who is also going to link up with Nori. Oh no, that's the merge button now. That's the one thing I had to change. The merge button is on the other side of the mouse wheel than where it was before. You're moving on. Rurin is heading back to retrain also, but you can't do that at the moment. That's fine. Oh, you can give me some of those. I'll take that. I'm thinking I've got my financial overview button in the wrong place. Because that's now the... Yes, I'm almost certain I have. I'll have to swap those around, I think. Otherwise, though, that's all going well. I think what I was saying before that point, let's just take out the units that we aren't going to take with us, because they will just die. You, all of you, 14 of you, you're not going to do anything, are you? Well, you might as well do something. You can go and stand in that fort, I suppose. There's not enough of you on there. Let's get rid of them. There we are. The thing that I was saying, I think, before the game was unfortunately taken away from us, was that I do have something planned for the replacement for Dol Amroth. And I'm not entirely certain yet how I'm going to work it into the usual rotations of the channel. And I think it will probably be a video that actually only goes up once a week, because the main plan is for... I will just carry on playing as Dol Amroth, is the actual plan. I'll give you a few more episodes of Dol Amroth until the Anduin is ready, and then I will stop. The Anduin... I am again off of work next week for another week in order to use up these holiday days. So next week I do hope to finally put the finishing touches to Adrian, because Lord of Lynx has confirmed his part is all completed, and Hummingbird has long since completed the visual changes to their roster. So it's just a few little bit of scripts and code left to go, and then they are good to go. They are finished, if you will. Oh, we could draw them out, couldn't we? But that's so cheesy. Oh, I think we will anyway, because what the hell. So the Dol Amroth campaign will continue until and as such a time that the Anduin is then ready. But something that I wanted to do, and again, or not again, I have these conversations with you, essentially myself, but obviously you're listening along. And in my mind, I think, oh, I've already talked about that to myself, and then that leads me to say things like, again. But long, long ago, I said I was going to stop doing anything non-DaC related on the channel, because I wanted to focus on DaC-related things, because I found these videos easier, and I didn't want to sort of... burnout is possibly not the best word, but I didn't want to... certain videos give me a sort of anxiety to record them, and it makes it much harder for me to drum up the desire to actually record. Well, they've got a lot of cavalry. It would actually be really handy to attack that force in a city. So we won't hit them on the plane. We'll end the turn. Certain videos always used to give me sort of anxiety, as I say, to make sure that they were entertaining enough. And so in order to ensure that I wanted to carry on with the channel, I wanted to drop anything that I felt was unduly arduous. I have enough ardour. I don't think ardour is a word. I have enough trouble and tribulations in my actual life. Excuse me, sorry, coughing and saying actually at the same time. So I wanted YouTube to just be nice and simple. The problem, of course, is that by just doing divide and conquer content all day, every week, you have exactly the same problem. You have that very problem. You sort of burn out on divide and conquer. And I'm not at that point at the moment, because I love playing as Dol Amroth. I can play them for days. I play them as long as the cows are singing in the field. Well, that well-known saying, as long as the cows are singing in the fields, I shall be playing as Dol Amroth. I don't mind playing as Dol Amroth, but, and Ered Luin has been enjoyable, to be honest, and I do actually really like dwarves, or I always have done. Oh, we can attack them straight off. Do we actually want to do that? Yeah, we've only got to break the wall down in one place. Right, we will actually go for it this time. So I'm enjoying playing DaC, but I can foresee a time where just doing DaC videos all the time will become dull for me. And so alternatives need to be put in place. So what my thinking is that I'm going to carry on as Dol Amroth until the Anduin is ready. And then, but in the meantime, owing to next week having all that time off, I'm going to record something a little bit different that probably will actually, in truth, eat into the videos of Divide and Conquer. So that one day a week will be devoted to this other video style, so that whilst the DaC videos still have the majority of the channel, they don't take up the majority of my time. They'll be shared with another video thing. But what I'm not going to do is tell you what I'm going to do, because I want it to be a surprise. But I've spent the weekend thinking and pondering what would be best to do, and I've come to a resounding conclusion. That's what I want you to be. There we are. Right, we'll just smash down the wall. Oh, it's one of these battle maps. I saw someone saying that these battle maps are horribly buggy for the AI, because if the AI is over here, for example, they'll break down this wall in maybe 1 or 2 or 3 places, and then they'll try and walk their siege equipment all the way around here to then blow down this wall. And by siege equipment, I mean dedicated siege equipment like we have on the field here today. And if that is the case, that is a bit of a trouble. But then this battle map is actually from the Total War series. We haven't just made this one up out of thin air. It comes from either Barbarian Invasion from Rome or just from Rome, I think. But then no, actually, because that wall there is a medieval 2 wall. I don't know. I could be talking out my arse. Anywho, let's line up all the pikes. So do let me know. I shouldn't have mentioned the keyboard, actually, and probably no one would have heard it, really. But obviously it is a touch louder than my last one. But I don't think it's actually noticeable as to be unbearable. But there we are. I felt like I've just talked non-stop for 10 minutes about almost basically nothing.
The enemy have brought up more men.
Right, we might as well just... I'm thinking, because if we could get the... No, so you guys bring down that, you guys bring down the gate, and you bring down that wall, and go for it. So, I don't know how it will work in practice, as I say. Oh, I've turned the caps up on. Oh dear, it doesn't like breaking the walls when you're in time 6. There we are, and then the last one to bring down the gate. So, if you two could please turn on to your mortar shot. Yes, yes. The time is right. Bring yourselves forth. You 3 can all turn yourselves on the gate. And we'll bring the pike forward. And you guys come up behind. So yeah, because at the moment I do a video ideally on a Tuesday, one on a Thursday, one on a Saturday, and then a lore video on a Sunday. So I suppose you could very easily just do the faction lore videos on the Sunday will obviously continue. Then I think perhaps the Saturday video could well be this new type of video. And then just have 2 DaC videos in the week instead of the 3. I think that would probably work. And also I think it is good to push through the things that I find harder for me, because one must overcome adversity, no matter how small or how imperceptible to others that adversity may seem. To us, it is a thing to overcome, and I think I should work to try and do that. So rather than just saying, oh, I don't like recording these videos because they make me feel a bit anxious, I should just say, balls to it. We're going to grab them by the throat, and if we do well, we do well, and there's a little success for us. Right, can you shoot up there? Oh, no you can't. But look how close you are. Why can't you shoot up there? And what is going on here?
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead.
Oh,
we have set the cart ahead. Our men
What?
are winning the battle.
What?
If we
Which
continue
general?
like
Oh,
this, we will
yeah,
smash
this
the
one.
enemy.
Stupid idiots.
The gates are down. The gates are down.
Oh, he's very happy about the gates going down, isn't he? Why can't you shoot up there? You definitely have the range to shoot up there. You guys, can you please bring down the towers? The mortar shot is absolutely devastating.
We have captured the enemy's walls.
And definitely kills more, I think, than the grape shot. Because all it needs is one solid hit. And it takes them down. But then they're not giving solid hits, are they? Anyway, the pikes are going in, and the rest of the forces are coming up. We have got crossbow.
The battle is very much in our favour. If we remain true and steadfast,
oh, when did they come
will
forward?
be ours.
The rest of the force goes in. I just noticed they've got snowdrops. This is going to be a really tough fight. You might as well stop what you're doing and shoot sort of anything you can, really. Although they do take that down quite easily, don't they? Go on, finish it off. What the hell? Just bring that down for me. Alright, you guys, can you target? Oh, it doesn't really matter if you can target up there anymore. Right, go for those there. Let's see how they get on. Come on. Oh, and they've missed with almost all their shots. The Ballister crew is going to waste themselves.
The battle is very much in our favour. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Come on. Come on. How are the pikes doing? They're doing... Oh dear, we've lost way more than we really should have lost. Oh yeah, no, that's right, yeah. Because I told you to target those, but you didn't want to target those, so let's just try and kill our own men. Well, I mean, why not? What an absolutely genius
our men
idea.
are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Right, what's this firing at us up here? Iron Crown Longbowmen. Go for those instead. And please, 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 please be accurate. I still think the siege has probably killed more than anything else today, but... We have taken way more losses than we needed to. But then, what does it matter? What does it really matter? We're still going to win. And even if we don't win, we're not going to lose. We'll just get bored before we win. It just doesn't matter. Ho-hum. No, 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 no. I can see where you're facing, and the answer is no. Oh, see, he's got the right idea, though. Target those people up there. What is your god problem?
Only half the enemy
How
force
did you guys do?
remains.
There's 2 more coming through. Oh, we just need 1 right in the centre. Here they come. 2 more, 2 more, 2 more. Oh, nice. Very nice indeed. And you, fellows, have you started firing it? No, you changed your mind and went back over there. Alright, come over here then if you're going to play silly nannies with it. Right, you guys hit those defenders, and the rest of you, let's start making our way up the hill, please. We are really taking a beating. Oh no, now they're going for... No, don't do that. No, stop what you're doing. Right, you guys. Are you now in a position where you can use your mortar shot? Yes, we are. Bit of a risky position now, as we shall almost certainly kill our own men. But they know what they were getting into. Oh, and down it goes. They don't like that. Oh, terrible miss. Oh, you don't have an ability, do you? Damned shame. Damned shame. Here they come. 2 more blasts. Oh, they missed by a hair. Just hit here. Just someone hit here. I don't think they're going to hit where we need them to. But once these guys have done, let's actually zoom in a bit better. Come out of that. You really have been battered and bruised. Oh, it's the towers, isn't it? Of course. I expect most, if not all, the damage has been done by the towers, which are shredding us as our forces move up the hill. Right, which ones of you can go into shield wall? Because let's just get up there and get stuck in. You 3. Go. Because at the minute we're getting shot.
We have lost half our men.
So let's get those shield walls up and let's get busting into some orc guts. And thereafter the Iron Crown longbowmen. Go on, keep fingling through them and then stop and then kill everything. That always distracts the enemy quite nicely. We do take normally actually quite a few losses when you do that, but it also then often disrupts the enemy formation and gets your men up the hill and stops them dying to arrow fire. Just as a catapult shot lands on top of your heads. Pikes, are we all there? Perfect. We've taken so many losses. Our 2 glorious armies that were to head for Khandum and take it without incident are now greatly depleted. Whoops, I think is the answer to that. In we go, in we go, in we go. Pikes down, they'll die quickly. Yes, come on. What? Where on earth is their siege? Oh, they're back there. Brilliant, they've got siege as well. Just to top it all off. Oh, Jesus. Send someone round, send someone round. Go, 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 go. Come on, come over here.
The army flees the field. After them. Cut the cowards
Go faster, you stunted fools. Get those little legs moving. There we go. That's the ballista taken out. Right, and the rest of you can finish off the Witch Knights. It's a very cool looking battle map though, isn't it? Even if it is a bit, it's a bugger to attack and defend. Well, actually, it's a wonderful one to defend. It's a bugger to attack.
Our men are winning the battle.
But even if the AI
If we
dislikes it,
continue
I
like
think it
this,
looks fantastic.
We will smash the enemy.
This is something that you won't appreciate, but you may have done because a minute ago it might have been loud. But the mouse wheel has a function whereby it can zoom up and down in increments. But then with the Logitech mouse, you can turn off the increment, and then the wheel will just freely spin. So that A, it moves with absolutely no noise at all, and also you can zoom in at just the lightest touch of the mouse wheel. And I think it's actually really, really useful. I've always been something of a Logitech fanboy, though, I have to say. And I'm pleased to be back with them. The ballista will be going down shortly. And why aren't you actually pushing into the enemy there? I need you to kill them rather than just slowly dance behind them. And down they go. This has been one of the most expensive battles in terms of lives I think I've fought for Ered Luin for some time. But it was worth it in the end, I'm sure.
Our men are in control of the city.
The reinforcing army is far more elite than this army. We've still, as we say, we've got a lot of Ered Luin tier units in this army. Although that was a lot of relatively good units. The Gabilgathol and the Grimborn have done relatively well. We haven't lost anyone, have we? No. Our siege took another beating. We're now down to the point where we can't lose another dwarf. Oh no, they only take 2 per machine this time. Oh, that's handy. But if we merge them, we'd lose the... If we merge them, we'd lose one whole siege machine, and we don't want that. Yes! 856, though. That is an awful lot. Top kills, 181. Dwarven Catapult. Not surprising at all. Second place, 145, is it? Yes, it is. 145, Ered Luin Pikeman. Oh, well done, sirs. Well done indeed. The other Dwarven Catapult only took 126. Nowhere near as good. They really need to step up their game. I do hope you all enjoyed the faction lore video this weekend, Dol Amroth's one, because obviously I thoroughly enjoyed it. But it took so long. That video was 24 minutes in length, if memory serves, and it took me 2.5 hours to write the script for that video. And then it took a further 2.5 hours to actually get the footage and edit it all together. So 5 hours for a 25-minute long video. It's just so long. But Goberdrine falls, Ered Luin's border expands, and the Angmarim are reminded why they should fear us. And we shall kill everyone here because otherwise they'll hate us. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Oh, Master Mason's all that's handy. An Axesmith Guild. Oh yes, of course, because we were here once before, weren't we? It's probably... Oh no, it's completely lost its Dwarven input. Let's repair that. We can retrain, or we'll... Oh, I shouldn't have merged. I've merged, and we've lost our whole catapult. Bugger. Right, let's get the catapult maker up. What does it need? 25%. That's never going to be... That's never going to be on our team. Grindfarn. If you just pop over here and build me a tower.
Aye, my liege.
Let's see what is on the horizon, and you go over there and do the same. No, nothing really. We're actually going to be able to hold Goberdrine. This will be one of those rare occasions where I attack an enemy and I'm able to control that which they hold. This is actually somewhere where we were going to put those troops, wasn't it? Have you got any Ered Luin tier units? Yes, you've got one. Send that down there. That should be enough. Farin joins, and then Fror brings a good set of units. We've only got enough space for 4, though. Ered Luin Militia again. Get rid of them. Definitely take those 2. And then you've got 2 crossbow units. I'm not sure that... It's always good to have a cavalry unit. But if we send Nori forwards, actually... Go on. I believe in you, sire. Oh, it's alright, actually. We can...
Approaching to engage the enemy, sire.
Lost 44 men to kill however many of those then. But anyway, there we are. I've merged again. So the Ered Luin Militia, yep, you can move on and go for Goberdrine as well. You've got room for 2 more. They've come through, and there's 2 more coming through. They can go for the first army as well. Mission success, 2,000 gold coins. Fantastic. We're making good money. I can't see any other threats. Angmar really are going hard on whoever's on their eastern border. And the Northern Downs and Anuminas, or Lake Evendim, are still held by the Northern Dunedain, so the Angmarim forces haven't succeeded there. So I don't know where their attention really is distracted to, but... They don't consider us enough of a threat. That's all. I was going to just push straight through for Khan Dun, but it makes sense given how little resistance there actually is to take Ang-Sul and go through systematically. Let's take their northern borders down. Because let's not beat around the bush. Ang-Sul has been held by them for a long time. It's 99% Melkor's Shadow. Interestingly, not 1% anything else though. So that's It's an interesting game bug. But these three regions here, coupled with Angsul after this amount of time, will all be useful training regions. But these regions to the south for Angmar will be virtually useless. So if we can take this top spot, we really will gut their power and strength. And that's our aim. We got a bit more sight there, and Darin's army is fantastic, so we can count on that. Oh, you guys might as well actually all join that army, which is severely depleted. Yeah, let's march our way through. I am thoroughly looking forward to the other type of recording that I'm going to put up on the channel. I was inspired to revisit it after coming across a channel I'd never ever seen before, which is wholly unrelated to the subject material. And I can't even remember the guy's name, actually, because I only saw his videos yesterday. But he was a New Zealand fellow who calls himself The Bard. And I believe the channel's name is Bardic Productions or something like that. But it was thoroughly enjoyable videos, even though I don't care for the Warhammer tabletop. I enjoy the Warhammer video games, but I don't care for the tabletop any longer. Those years are long behind me. And I don't play those types of more in-depth board games, leaning more towards the D&D style of game. But I thought his channel was thoroughly entertaining. Oh, another faction's been destroyed. Cast your bets on who you think it is. Oh, Gehusenar can upgrade. Fantastic. Welcome to the top tiers, Gehusenar. Oh, no, we can get a Stoneworkers Guild House. We'll get that in. And it is Clans of Enid Wythe. Ah, dear. Isengard growing in strength, and Dunland must have been the ones that finished them off. Yes, they are. Oh, I forgot about you. We've done like 2 turns now without moving you.
I can't lead the troops there, sire.
They're going to attack you, I expect. But then they'd be fools to attack you. You're really powerful. Righty-ho-ho. You're going to Bardi Donyanach. There we are. Now it no longer hates us, and it should hopefully stop rebelling. The Angmarim forces are pulling in. Aha, we finally meet a response. Alvis. Ah, it's him, Mac. Captain Rowold has a reasonable force as well. What I think we might do is send Darin north. Oh, across the river over there, actually. And then he can get there in a turn. Yeah, so you head straight for Angsul. And then the Gobadrine force, do what you can. Hopefully Alvis will come for you. And we'll be able to hold them there in Gobadrine. We've repaired the walls, haven't we? Yeah. And we've got some retraining. I'm not really sure why. Oh, is it the Axesmiths Guild? Yes, it will be. Of course, of course. Smoking house, we use that. Apothecary. I think we can use everything here, actually. Yeah, we can. We just need to get our culture up, and then this place is actually quite useful. What of an armory? Oh, yes, look, they're first hand. The armories have stopped being destroyed when you take cities. Which isn't the end of the world. And the armories are all identical. So even though I've got a Northman-looking armory here, that will give me a Dwarven garrison. There's no culturally specific garrison building. They just have culturally specific UI icons. But they are actually all the same building. So there is no difference. Oh, Oinsaloon does not like not having... Oh, but you've already got a low tax rate. Come on, guys. It's just because you're not very Dwarven. So let's get that pub up. Can I take a unit from somewhere like here? Ah, yes, look, you've got plenty of units. I'll take all of them, please. I know that's all garbage crap that we don't need, but they're good for garrisons and things like that. If you send yourselves up there. Perfect. Mordor don't like me, but what the hey. We'll give it another turn. So ideally the garrison building should destroy, so that when you take a city, you have to actually invest in getting another garrison up. But it's not the end of the world if when you take a city, the garrison doesn't need to be rebuilt. It just means it's a bit easier to defend captured cities. Now, I am really perplexed as to why that happens, because I took the trouble of ensuring that the garrison buildings are considered churches for the games, as far as the game's concerned, because a church is the only way that you can have a building destroyed for certain when it's captured. As long as the people that capture the city are of a different religion, then the church will always be destroyed. And I aligned the militia garrison building as being a heretic religion. No one in the game uses the heretic religion apart from Cand, so almost everyone should, except for Cand, it was a little unfortunate addition, everyone except for Cand should have to rebuild the garrison building. But it's seemingly not being the case, and I don't know why. And if I'm honest, we've got a to-do list as long as your arm, so I'm not going to be looking into that anytime soon. So it's likely that the garrison script will The garrison script won't be rectified, that issue with the building. Now, as we had hoped, Alvis has come for Gobadrine, which has freed up Darin to head straight through and hit Angsul. And you can't join that because I just took you out of there, didn't I? But, oh, you're a useless unit, just go in the fort. And you're moving forwards. Captain Khanil, Henry, coming of age. Oh, welcome, Killy. Oh, wow, there's an entire family sitting in here doing sod all. I'll take all of that, please. Where's your point? All the way over there. Right, yes, I don't need Killy nor Belly to be sitting in there. So if you would come and take that fort for now and get yourself some free upkeep. For Hamgathol, are you at a point where you can send more forces forth? No, but we can get... Oh, you're the first person to bring us Longbeard crossbows. Oh, and Broadbeam marksmen when they're ready. You're actually almost complete in terms of buildings. That's good to see. Garth Heligoff, you have something. Oh, you can't do anything with that. And you're going for... Ah, no. You are as upgraded as you will be, so go for a Master Stoneworkers Hall, I suppose. Narston, you upgrade yet? Nope. And we know Ostgalon cannot. Ah, you can retrain it, that's nice to see. And what can you give me? Go for the Merchant's Wolf. I know that it's not as useful as we've hoped it would, owing to learning about the bug with it. But it at least still gives some money, doesn't it? Forlond, what can you give me? You can give me... Heavy armor looks to be the only thing that actually gives money, so why not? Chuck that in for the next turn. Speaking of the next turn, that'll have to be in the next episode. Now, there will be another Ered Luin episode this week, as I say, and then, likely, you'll get the first episode of the new thing that I want to do, because I plan on recording that at some point this week. So it's Ered Luin today, which is, what, Tuesday the 22nd of September? And then there'll be Ered Luin again on Thursday, and then this Saturday then. So on Saturday there will be the first of these new videos, which incidentally is the first day of my then week and a day long holiday, which is fantastic. And I hope to sort of bulk record next week. I did consider recording, just to shroud you in some mystery, did consider recording Warhammer, but after having played Warhammer these past few days, I played a bit of Bretonnia and I played a bit of the Norska. And I found myself just thinking, I don't really want to play that at the moment, actually. I think my Eltharion campaign was almost too near in memory for me, for my enjoyment. So I won't do that. Be an honor Enedwythe rebels standing on our watchtower. Bloody brilliant. I must remember to move him every time because he's just going to keep bunging into them and they're going to hate us by the end of this. And if they attack Buzzardom, I'll be really annoyed. It's a good money maker. But anyway, for now, that will conclude. So let's give it a save. You can see I have 3 there. Nice and safe. But until we speak again, dear friends, I do hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you're looking forward to whatever comes on Saturday. And I hope you're just all well, to be honest. It's just... obviously, it's a bit of an odd time, isn't it? But until we speak again, Nevair Neden Perimad Melunin, and farewell.